But it seems the choices I made are searching for my sweetheart gold. I wind up with tears on my face. I keep trying for love, the kind that will never go away. But when I set my face with my old friend, my constant companion,
Alright guys, well, I'm out in the woods and it's a beautiful day, a little bit cold, and you know, I think I'm going to build a fire. And luckily I have my multi-tool with fire starter on me. I also have my knife. And you know what? I also got my survival pack. So I got food, water, you know, extra stuff. I got my compass. So before you head off a trail, you know, take a compass bearing. If you're going to be doing a lot of twists and turns, you know that pen and paper in my survival pack? Well, that's what it's for. You know, you write just a general bearing on where you're headed, and every time you change direction, you write that down, and you want to approximate distance. So you can get one of those pacemeters you wear on your wrist. That helps a lot, but approximation is just fine too. So use that pen and paper if you're going to go far, right here, and then you just reverse it, and you get back to where you are, approximately. So here we are. I'm going to get some tinder ready and get some stuff, and we're going to see what happens with that fire steel. Getting all types of really loose and fine dust. This log's really dry, and what I need is a really fine. Now the best thing to do would have a little bit more variety of options, but my options are pretty limited out here. So we're gonna see how this works. The problem is when you strike the fire steel, you have to also make sure you don't hit your tinder with your hand, and so you want to have kind of a consistency that things are going to ignite really easy, because it's just a spark. So obviously you can't just light up a stick. Even grass and things like you'd normally use a lighter to light may not work. But you want to have it in a pile enough where you're going to get airflow to it. And it's also going to create a little ember that you're going to magically harness its energy into a flame. So I'm going to spend some time. It's worth spending the time to make good tinder, and that's the hard part. That really is. Now, if you're stuck in a situation where everything's wet and you really can't find anything, a really good idea, and I have in my survival pack, it's in my first aid kit, is hand sanitizer. That's right, and I have these little packets, they're like ketchup packets of hand sanitizer, and that has alcohol in it, and that will light up right away. So throw a little packet of hand sanitizer in your survival pack. Hey, you can use it to sanitize your hands too, which is smart, but save some for fire starter. So I'm going to try to do this today without hand sanitizer. I'm going to look around a little bit more and see if I can't find anything better. This log's kind of dry rot, but it's pretty dry. I think it's going to do something for me. But I'm going to see if I can't find something a little bit of a different consistency that might work better. I just found something really useful. I was really lucky. I've been having some problems finding some good stuff. This might help. Who knows though? But you see, a woodpecker did some holes, and there's basically some sawdust. Alright, there's a couple holes around. Now, I'm going to carefully try to scoop some into a leaf. Alright, and I still think I'm going to need more than that. You know, this inner bark, if I grind this up into kind of a like a mesh, or kind of almost like, you know, very fibrous, that might help too. And I think I'm going to use the fibrous material and some of the sawdust. and we're gonna see what happens. So if you're having trouble looking for stuff, nature provides. Alright guys, I think I found a really good tinder. And this is rotten wood, but it's not. It's very, very dry. And it's very fibrous, and it just crumbles in your hands. Well, that's not the best example, but it just can come into fibers, and I really ground it up into a nice little powder. And I think that's gonna work. And we have fire. Look at that, guys. Look at that. And we have made fire. With spark. It took a while, so a few things I learned here, and I'm very sweaty. So this has been a learning experience for me. It worked. Tinder, very important, but also how you're striking the steel is very important. I found that using the edge was better, and you really want to push down hard. You're not just looking for a spark. You're actually looking to shave off pieces of the fire steel, and you want them to continue to burn down into your tinder. So you really want to be close. First, I was trying to shower the sparks far away. They don't retain enough heat long enough. I'm a little shaky. They don't retain heat long enough. So you really want to get it close, and you don't need to do long strokes. I found that if I really dug it in and did short strokes, I could get a nice shower of sparks, and after they flew down, they would sizzle for a while, and they would ignite the tinder. So, if you're gonna try this, and it took me a while. It took me about an hour to get this fire started. So you can imagine how pleased I am. I'm very proud, but it just goes to show you need practice. Go out and practice this. Use some of my tips, and remember, push down hard on that fire steel. Use the edge of the file, and do short strokes close to the your tinder. Now, obviously, without hitting your tinder, so which is also hard. My hands got really tired. I feel if you had a better selection of tinder, you might have an easier time with it. But whether you have good tinder or not, go out and practice this. It was fun. So I was almost thinking that I was going to have to walk away with not a fire today, and it's starting to get dark. I wasn't prepared to leave without having made a fire. I would have been pretty sad. So it does work. So go out there and try it. Have fun. Well, I hope you learned something today, guys. I know I sure did. I had a lot of fun. It was a really good learning experience for me. Hope you can take some away from that video. And so, this makes a really good point. If you don't practice survival, you're not going to survive. So, when you're dealing with limited tools, different situations, different environments, and you want to be prepared, not just in your gear, but in your experience. So, go out there and practice surviving. So, and have fun doing it. Well, we're back at the trailhead, and we're on the coast. Very beautiful here. Low tide. It's actually a surfing spot sometimes when the tide's high and the waves are good. obviously you're basically surfing right over those rocks. Actually, you're kind of coming right in between them. So people do break boards. And anyway, I'm gonna go home now and eat some food. Done with a fun day out in the woods, so I'm gonna eat some Subway. Looking out over Portland, Maine.